guys, this is E10 Sun from SunBros. Today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys this brand new video, but before we get started with that, I want to make sure I remind you guys on how to get entered in for a chance to win our guaranteed skin giveaways that we do every Sunday night during our 1-hour question and answer live stream. All you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and comment below with your in-game name and which skin you'd like to receive on either the NA or EU servers under 700 vouchers. And remember, the more videos that you do this with that are uploaded each week, the higher chance you have to win. Alright guys, I am really excited to be talking with you guys about the brand new Battlefield, the map, the layout, all the graphical things that we have going on in Arena Valor that officially have been discussed now coming out for NA. This is the official video discussing these things. We're going to watch it together. We're going to discuss all of the changes because not only is there graphical changes, but there's a ton of changes that are going to change the way that the game works strategically and how it is going to be played by you and me throughout the time of a match. So we're going to be pausing it throughout the video and discussing exactly what things are going to be different, how we feel about things, stuff like that. So let's start the video and go from there.
Welcome to Arena Valor. The upcoming version of AOV will see massive changes to the Antares battlefield. Not only have we designed new creatures and gameplay mechanics, but the look of old buildings and creatures on the map have also been updated. The Horizon Valley was the site of a great battle between humans and ancient elves. Fortifications built by the humans and the elves are still preserved on the battlefield.
So, real quick, just a quick note. I really like the update. It really gives it more of like a cleaner cut feel to it with the way that the buildings look and the way that the structures appear. Kind of, not to say futuristic, but kind of just more modern look to them.
Ghosts of fallen soldiers rushing to attack the enemy base whenever the war horn sounds. Countless strange and exotic beasts roam the jungle over thousands of years. The Sage Golem and Might Golem are extremely valuable prey. Heroes who defeat these golems gain a temporary increase in their battle capabilities.
So a couple things real quick I wanted to touch on. Number one, I'm going to rewind real quick just to show something. Okay, so number one, obviously we're getting new jungle monsters. No longer we're going to have the wolf and the little spider thing. We're going to have, looks like what, a frog that's standing on some kind of living tree and some kind of like cat thing, like a meerkat or something like that. So cool to have new jungle monsters. That's always nice changes. Them being the same thing forever doesn't make any sense. It's nice to get some different ones in. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. And then I really like what they did with the changes of the golems there. They walk. It looks like they walk on all fours. Let's rewind. Yeah, they're kind of walking on all fours. Let's watch this again.
Thousands of years, the Sage Golem and Might Golem are extremely valuable prey. Heroes who defeat these golems.
Yeah, it's walking on all fours, looking really, really cool. The other thing I noticed too is the whole landscape's changed. They've added a lot of graphical things to make it look more interesting. They also changed the way bushes look pretty dramatically, I think. Those are very different looking bushes than we're used to. And I wonder, you know, how much that's going to change in gameplay and how much. Hopefully, there's a lot of bush glitches that they have going on right now that I hope they fix with this update. You know, hopefully this helps make it smoother to have those bush mechanics work properly.
Gain a temporary increase in their battle capabilities. The Spirit Sentinel is both the origin of life and a symbol of death. Heroes who receive the Spirit Sentinel's blessing gain faster movement speed and increased HP regeneration.
One thing I want to point out real quick about the Spirit Sentinel thing, is right after Valheim kills the Spirit Sentinel, it appears on the video, we'll have to wait and see obviously to find out for sure, but it appears on the video that he instantly gains the movement speed and HP regeneration buff, which is nice because normally when you kill a Spirit Sentinel, it takes time for it to kick in. You have to be out of combat for so long for it to go into effect. So if it kicks in instantly when you leave battle, that would be a pretty cool thing. A big, I mean, to me that would help make the Spirit Sentinel a more important target than it already is for that reason. That's kind of one of the things about Spirit Sentinel that sucks at the moment, is that you're supposed to get increased HP regeneration and movement speed, but it takes so long to kick in. It's not really as good as it should be, I don't think, but I think this looks like they've probably fixed that issue. I really like the way the water's changed, looks, the shrubbery, the kind of bushes and trees and stuff are much updated. The bushes themselves look really cool. If you guys see on the top left, all of the the golems and the dragon and all the stuff, the symbols have changed on the mini-map. So that's kind of cool too.
And increased HP regeneration. The dragon Kratos was once the protector of the Horizon Valley until darkness transformed it into the Abyssal Dragon. As more and more darkness continually fuses with its body, it further evolves into the enraged Abyssal Dragon. Defeating the Abyssal Dragon only grants EXP and gold, meaning it has limited use in the late game. In this new version, the Abyssal Dragon evolves into an enraged Abyssal Dragon 10 minutes after a match begins. A team that defeats an enraged Abyssal Dragon will receive a powerful buff that grants different effects depending on a hero's class. In addition...
Okay, so really cool bonuses there. Number one, the look. I like the look of the dragon. He looks to me more menacing, kind of just more cool overall. Now, the addition to an enraged Abyssal Dragon after 10 minutes is a really neat addition because it does change the dynamics of the game if the game would last more than 10 minutes. But it gets even more interesting. That'll be later in the video, but the buff part of killing the dragon later on is really, I mean, that could be a really big game changer. We talk about the buff you get from killing the Darkslayer, and that, you know, this now adds a buff here. We'll find out more about the Darkslayer, but I really like that change, making objectives more important after the 10-minute mark. I think adds more dynamics, and one of the reasons I think that's really cool is because how many times, you know, during whether it's the World Cup or during regular matches you play in ranked or normals, does a game-changing play, a really entertaining game-changing play happen around the Dark Slayer, because he's a really important objective later on in the game, and now this makes the dragon a really important objective also later in the game. So there's more opportunities for big time, you know, team fights happening around the enraged Abyssal Dragon,
depending on a hero's class. In addition, the Abyssal Stone that the enraged Abyssal Dragon drops upon its death allows for immunity against fatal damage one time while it's in effect. All heroes on the battlefield can fight for this item, regardless of which team defeats the enraged Abyssal Dragon.
So that is a really cool point I want to kind of key in on. That stone is really, really cool because it could turn a fight. Now, we don't know the mechanics of picking it up, whether you have to click on it or you walk over it or whatever, but if you're having a big team fight at an enraged Abyssal Dragon, let's say a team steals it or you get it, but a team is attacking you with it, you have the ability to pick up that stone. That stone is a big advantage, especially to a high damage dealing target like a mage or a marksman or an assassin or something like that. That could be a really big deal for you to get. I mean, the ability to mitigate the damage and come back to life on a damage that would normally kill you is a really big deal in the game. That could be a game-turning piece of the puzzle also that we'll explore later as we hear more about it, but I think that's a really interesting factor they're adding to the game that I think will be a fun secondary objective to fight over after you fight over an enraged dragon.
Regardless of which team defeats the enraged Abyssal Dragon. The Dark Slayer is the overlord of Horizon Valley. Sealed within its body is the Drake Modester, the current protector of Horizon Valley. If heroes defeat the Dark Slayer, not only do they obtain...
So real quick, I really, really like the new look for the Dark Slayer. I never fully understood why the Dark Slayer was called the Dark Slayer and was a giant monkey. It didn't really make any sense to me. What made the monkey so mad? Why does he want to kill everyone? Why does he still look like a normal monkey if he's the Dark Slayer? But now he looks like a proper big bad demon style dude. So I think the look change is great. I think he's much more menacing, much more evil looking, and much more worthy and deserving of the title Dark Slayer.
Its strength, but they also awaken the Drake. The Drake has an even larger attack range than towers, and it also strengthens nearby ally minions. Every time the Drake attacks a tower, it inflicts counter damage on itself. The Drake will fly away once its HP is exhausted. If your opponent managed to summon a Drake, you should engage them and do your best to exhaust the Drake's HP before they damage your towers.
So, not only is the Abyssal Dragon going to give you some sort of buff, I assume it's probably going to be the same buff that you get now, or something similar. It wasn't really specific about that, but now you get the Drake on top of it, making the Darkslayer buff even, the Darkslayer killing even more potent and even more of a heavy-handed objective. I mean, that is really cool because one of the common things that we struggle with at all levels is people being able or having the knowledge or the ability to push hard after they kill the Darkslayer. A lot of them get it and then really don't have a way to take advantage of it. Well, now that Drake is a big time game changer. It helps people do a better job at taking over the game after the fact, and really getting a hard push on, because that Drake is really going to help. It not only does it kill things pretty steadily, but it empowers the minions around it, which is a big deal. So going to the lane the Drake is in and helping push that lane down is going to be really useful for a team that wins the fight for the Darkslayer, or really, really bad for the team that is trying to defend from the end of the game. So pretty cool.
A team that defeats an enraged Abyssal Dragon or Dark Slayer will suffer the Abyssal Curse, which lowers their damage towards enraged Abyssal Dragons and Dark Slayers. Players will have to make strategic decisions on whether to defeat the Dark Slayer or the enraged Abyssal Dragon.
So that's another really cool point. Now, this is a twofold thing, I think. Number one, when you kill one or the other, it makes it harder to kill one in the future. They get a curse which reduces their damage done to the Dark Slayer or the Dragon, which is an interesting part of the game. Because not only does that make it more interesting as to choosing the proper time to kill the Dark Slayer or the Dragon, or the Enraged Dragon, because at this point you're really just killing them whenever you get a chance to, or whenever you're trying to stop the enemy from doing it, or whatever. It's really just, there's not really a strategic reason as to why necessarily. You just, when you get the opportunity, you do it, right? Well, now it's there's going to be really opportune times to get the job done, because you're going to be trying to set up yourself a win. So you're going to be going, okay, if I do X, Y, and Z, and I kill the Darkslayer, that'll make it a good opportunity to kill the Darkslayer, give us the advantage we need to finish the game off. So like, it's not just, oh hey, we have vision on 3 of them bot lane, one's dead, so let's go after the Darkslayer because we know only one person can try to stop us. This is an opportune moment to do it. Now it's, when is the right moment to do it, because you may not be able to do it again because it's going to be so much harder to kill in the future. And then on the flip side, now it sounds like it'll make it quite a bit harder to kill the other. So if you get an enraged dragon, you know, how much harder is that going to make it for you to kill the Darkslayer? You may not be able to kill both. You may have to choose which buff, which benefit you enjoy more at that time, to really, I mean, it just adds a lot of elements to strategy in the game that we didn't currently have. A lot of things that people think are need to think about, which is a good and a bad thing. I mean, people already, you know, just randomly want to go kill Darkslayer whenever everyone is up on the map and they have no vision of anyone. They just randomly, like, anytime they're alive and they have health, they want to go kill Darkslayer. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So this will bring out people to want to kill Darkslayer at bad times, like, more often. But for people who think through the game and who really have a solid thought process and strategic mind, it'll give them more opportunities to really use that strategy and intellect to gain an advantage over their enemies.
There's no one alive who can resist the allure of the Antares battlefield. New legends are waiting to be created on the Antares battlefield.
Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy the breakdown of the new battlefield and some of the really interesting wrinkles and dynamics that are going to come with that new battlefield, and all the changes they did to it with the minions and the monsters and the dragon and Darkslayer and Rage Dragon. All that stuff is really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. So really interesting first tidbit of the new patch coming out, and as soon as we get any solid confirmed information on the rest of the incoming patch, you guys know SunBros will have it for you. So keep an eye out, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time.